Let us pray. Eternal wisdom, source of all true knowledge, we give you thanks for all the students, faculty, and staff who have enriched our lives this year. Grant that the gifts and accomplishments we honor today may inspire each of us to use the talents and abilities you have given us to build up the human community through faithful works of peace, love, and justice, for the good of all people, both now and for generations yet to come. Amen.
Thank you, David. If you look in your program, you'll find a bio for Dr. Jamie Call Reimer. She was stellar when she was here, and she has continued to be. I won't read everything printed about her, but I will note she is an assistant professor of voice at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, where she teaches applied voice and directs the Opera Scenes program. She graduated from Hastings College in 2000 with a Bachelor of Arts degree, Bachelor of Arts in Arts Administration and a Bachelor of Music in Vocal Performance, and was a recipient of the 2000 Bronco Award. In addition to other accomplishments, she picked up a Master of Music and Doctor of Musical Arts from the University of Nebraska. Dr. Jamie Reimer.
Thank you very much. Good morning, family, friends, and our honorees. It is a pleasure to stand on stage with you today, and it is certainly an honor to speak with you. I remember clearly sitting on this very stage in 2000 as a Who's Who recipient, and even more clearly, I remember sitting up in that balcony during New Student Days in 1995, wondering what the next years at Hastings College would hold for me. I remember listening intently as Dr. Dudley gave his new student address, imparting wisdom and advice for our careers as Hastings College Broncos. Actually, I just talked with Dr. Dudley prior to the beginning of this ceremony, and he told me that everyone has recently been reminded of his bird legs joke. So I'm certain that you all could probably tell it back to me, and I will spare you my retelling of the joke because my husband tells me that joke telling is not one of my talents. But there is one other thing that Dr. Dudley said that day that sticks with me even now. His best piece of advice to the incoming class of 1995 was phrased in two simple words: show up. You're laughing. It was good advice. Show up to class, show up to student activities, show up to volunteer. I suspect that he has continued giving that advice far beyond 1995 because there are lots of people in these seats. And the reason you are here is because you did, in fact, show up. You took advantage of the opportunities offered to you at the college, in the community, and in the world at large. You volunteered. You solved problems. You filled needs. And because of these actions, you are being recognized today as the best of Hastings College. And for that, my friends, I congratulate you. Today is a day to celebrate all that you have achieved as students at Hastings College. I am astounded when I read about the challenges you have conquered and the differences that you have made in the world. You reward yourself for these accomplishments. You deserve it. But then, when you go home tonight, I have homework for you. I know it's the end of the semester, you don't want more homework. When you go home tonight, or when you sit at commencement next week, or when you walk into your first day of work, or class, or internship this summer, think about this. What do I do after I show up? The principles you learn here at Hastings College also apply to life in the bigger world. You must still show up. That's the first thing you have to do. But as a graduate, as an upperclassman, Frankly, as a student representative of Hastings College, you are no longer exclusively learners. Now you must also be a leader. Leaders who know what to do next. You have been equipped with the finest education that Hastings College has to offer. You understand the world in ways that your parents and grandparents could not have fathomed. You see the connections between cultures, the roots of your history, and the impact your actions have on the global community. You are passionate about life, and you are ready to engage in making the world a better place. It is our collective responsibility to do more with the tools that we have been given. We must look forward and build for the future. These are the things to consider after you show up. When you show up, you make an investment in an idea. It may be in your church, in your community, in your workplace, and with that investment, you demonstrate that you care. Or that you're there for the free cookies, but let's be honest, that doesn't motivate people quite as strongly after college. But nobody turns down free cookies. We all know that the people who come for cookies don't usually come back for the second meeting. But you will, because you already have. So what do you do after you show up? This is the time that your values, your knowledge, and your conviction become apparent. This is the time that defines the kind of person you will become. Are you the out-in-front leader that takes charge and manages the project? Are you the quiet, behind-the-scenes leader that covers all the details? Are you the supportive leader that helps direct others into the roles that suit their skills best? The world needs all of these. No matter the type of leader, you must be clear about those ideals that are important to you. For these values will define the choices that you make in your life and in your workplace. A lack of clarity will not only confuse you and make easy decisions much more difficult, but it will present a scattered and unfocused personality to all with whom you associate. When you are clear about the things that are most important to you, everything else becomes black and white. One answer aligns with your priorities, and one does not. I remember the days during my last and fifth, I was a super senior, year at Hastings College when we were in transition between college presidents. I was the secretary of the Student Association, an organization for which I had served in various capacities for 4 years, and Dr. Dudley was the advisor for the Student Senate. And everyone knew that he would be in attendance for every meeting that he was able to attend. The students knew that he cared about us, about our work, and about the college's welfare. When I learned that Dr. Dudley was going to serve as the next college president, I knew he was going to do a great job leading us forward. I didn't have to think, because Dr. Dudley's actions revealed his values, and they showed what was important to him: the health and the prosperity of Hastings College and its students, an institution for which I and the rest of the Student Association cared and still care very much. There was no question that the college, under his leadership, was going to be just fine. Clearly, the college has surpassed just fine in the last decade, and for that, Dr. Dudley, I say a most sincere thank you. There was never a lack of clarity with Dr. Dudley. I knew that he would be in the seats in my senior recital because he was there at my friends' recitals. I knew he would be in the stands at the football games because he was often there. I knew Dr. Dudley valued the input of faculty and students alike because he made a point to ask and to listen. I knew that Dr. Dudley valued people because I never saw him meet a student on campus and not know their name. You know, I was thinking about that bird legs joke again as I was writing this speech, and it's not too late to ask Dr. Dudley to identify all of the graduates at commencement next week by their legs instead of by their diplomas. Just an idea. Better get to work. All of these were qualities that I knew were needed in the president of the college. There was no question that he was the right leader for our campus. It is because of that clarity that Dr. Dudley will be named under the most loved presidents of Hastings College. Clear values and clear ideals make your choices easier. After all the free cookies are eaten, the confidence to make choices reveals you to be a leader. I encourage all of you to take a moment and think about the things that are most important to you. Is it your family? Is it your faith? Is it global social justice? Or bettering the community in which you currently live? Each one of you will have different answers, and that is exactly how it should be. The answers are as many as there are those of you sitting in the seats today, and those answers define who you are, and they make you unique if you let them. Some of you are graduating next week. Some of you will return to campus in the fall. Where are you on your path? Does it lead to those things that are most important to you? You are already in this room because you have made choices that reflect your values. Hard work, dedication, showing up. Reflect on those values. Be strong enough to allow others to challenge your ideals. Learn from those challenges and allow them to make you stronger. Call upon those experiences when you make the hard decisions. That is what the world needs. It needs you to have the ability to adapt, grow, and lead. Use all of the tools that a liberal arts education provides to leave the world a better place than you found it. You will learn about yourself and your values as you finish your college degree, go on to graduate school, or get a real-world job. You may find that those things you believed to be important may not be as significant in your new context. You may find that the path you thought you would take turns out to be a path that doesn't suit you at all. Or you may find that your path is much shorter and much steeper than you had planned, but that the rewards are that much greater. All of these things define who you are. Sitting in these seats 11 years ago, I thought I had my life planned. I was prepared to be an arts administration professional. I was going to go out and fundraise and be a representative for arts experiences for others. I someday was going to lead the National Endowment for the Arts. I didn't expect that I would be where I am today. I didn't expect that I'd be the parent of 2 children. I didn't expect that I would be a teacher. I didn't expect that I would earn a doctorate, and I didn't expect that I would be a professor at a university. Yet all of these things have created a life for which I am so thankful, and it is because I held firm to the ideals that were important to me. I found a partner who held the same things to be true, and together we accomplished much more than we've ever imagined possible. A wide world awaits you. And it needs you. It needs you to know what you stand for, what is meaningful to you. And when you know these things, you will make a difference. Congratulations on your achievements, and I look forward to many wonderful things to come. It is a great day to be a Bronco. Thank you.